says that I'm live. Hello everyone, this is Jay Tolmar. Today I'm joined by Charging Charles to help on commentary. How are you doing today, Charles?
I'm doing well, and I am joined by my fellow commentator, Gin and Tonic.
Ooh, I have a honey and ginger tea with me because that's how I get through commentating.
We take two vastly different approaches here.
Yeah, I'm already pretty loose usually. I don't need any help on that. Not that I don't mind or don't enjoy a gin and tonic once in a while. Alright, I think we've got things ready, so I'll tell the runners that they can do the countdown whenever they like. And Earthbound and Tonic.
Like going with his usual party names here.
Yeah, those are actually all of his kids. They're real names, IRL. It's very forward-thinking of him to pick a bunch of names for his kids.
Eyebrows raised at the hospitals.
Yeah.
Dirk has started his timer, but has not started playing yet. He's also over Nope, so here's hoping he's aware of where he's at.
Yeah, that Gurk. I can actually see his timer from my stream layout. Here's the thing. Oh, they're both ready. Pressing the button. Alright, we're gonna start in 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stream delay. And yeah, so welcome everyone in chat. This is another one of our PK Scramble tournament races. If you're not familiar with PK Scramble, just ask or do !scramble in the chat. Wow, we've got a lot of stream delay. There they go.
There's about a 4-second gap between the two of them there.
Oh, interesting. They're like exactly the same on my screen. So,
huh.
Yeah. But significant stream delay. So that'll be fun. Yeah, it's
they picked up a Saturn Valley teleport.
Very nice.
Surprised Temple didn't get a green squirrel. I'm pretty sure that dog was faced the entire opposite direction as he walked into it.
Hold on, I'm going to tell you when he gets to that dog. And there's the dog. So you might want to view this through Earthbound Super Series.
You have to read this down then.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get those Jedi mind powers in check, sir.
Might just have to watch the Earthbound Super Series restream instead of the multi-stream on Speed Racing.
Yeah, I think so, and I think everyone here should be watching the Earthbound Super Series. If you're not watching the Earthbound Super Series, how are you watching this? It does look like the...
Looks like both players are heading down into the old man's basement.
Yeah, and it looks like the not a green swirl has actually slowed Temple down by an entire screen. That was Winters, right? It was Winters. Yeah, so anyone who hasn't been paying attention to the tournament, this week is no Gygus. So when they run into the 4th Sanctuary, they'll do that little flashy cutscene, smell some pasta or whatever Ness is doing there, and then just you win. So these can be very fast, but they're not always. Very varied times on these seeds. I heard you were practicing some of them, Charles.
I gave it a shot. McGurk posted that sub 30 that I thought was possible, and I thought I could do it too, and it turns out I could not do it, so I quit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm picking up a police badge as well, so we have some options here. Oh, and looks like that meteorite piece, so we have a ton of options here. This is going to be should see a lot of route divergence, I would hope.
Yeah, route divergence is always fun to watch too. And that is right, Rosetex. There's no Gygus fight for this seed. Next week we'll be on to a different flag set for the two different finals matches for the upper and lower brackets.
Both runners are choosing to kind of open up as much as possible early on and then decide where to tie up all the loose ends.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I always do all of these like one-off checks in a row.
Yeah, and again, the farther they kind of go through this, the better items they're likely to find, which then when they do go back and tie up the loose ends will equate to some real speed.
Oh yeah, that's a really good consideration too. Fun
However,
fact: if
you could have
you
a dead end this way.
yeah, if you talk to Andonuts in this cave in a no Gygas seed, it does have a pretty funny message.
Temple choosing to go get that Horn of Life as well, wasting valuable seconds.
You know,
In
in
a
a
race that
Gygas,
likely isn't going to go more than 30, 35 minutes, I would assume here. Both these runners are quite fast.
I don't know, that Horn of Life could come in handy, and you're not going to ever go back there, right? Because you're not coming back for the Gygas trip.
Well, when Temple loses by 3 seconds, we know exactly
If
where
the,
the blame lies.
yeah, if Tempo loses by 3 seconds, it was that decision.
That one singular moment. I missed the library item.
It is the jar of fly honey up there.
Okay, so that is our first sanctuary is open and available.
Yeah, this Temple the Undone predictions. I think McGurk has actually won more matches this tournament, just because
He has. I believe he dropped his very first match. I forget who it was against.
Yeah, that sounds right. It probably was you.
No, my victims were Nanobite, Aureliux, and Andy.
Interesting. I just know he was in the Summers bracket. I think he was in the Summers bracket, so it's probably Aureliux then.
Must be.
Anyway, onto the Sharks. Should be easy since they've done so many checks, but you know, oh no, McGurk is not going on to the Sharks.
He was just trying to despawn. He was afraid. He did not want to fight, and he's still not feeling it.
Yeah, it looks like Temple's also not doing the Sharks. People have been getting more and more scared of those Sharks.
I guess I missed what the arcade item was. That may have clued them into the fact that the sharks were stronger because the arcade item is scaled, correct?
Yes, it is scaled to the same as the Sharks. I also missed it. It could be, I don't know, yeah, if they found a star pendant there, then you're never doing it, right? Looks like Temple's deciding the cops are too strong.
They are, yeah.
This is Casey Bap. That's interesting.
Oh, and he's just eating a reset right then and there.
Yeah, thank you, Caitlin.
Someone's paying attention.
Yeah. Casey Bat's not that deep, but it is a little deep. I guess you wouldn't want to do your first check there. Oh, is Gurk actually using it? Nesrocker will be very happy. Fun fact about the Casey Bat, it makes it so you instant kill enemies in the overworld much more quickly, more often. Because that does not actually check their mischance.
Looks like McGurk did win his first matchup in the Onet bracket and then lost round 2 to IQ. McGurk then came through and took care of Attack Slug and Crimson Green.
Wow, that's like the exact opposite side of the bracket from where I thought he started out in. Shows how much I know what's going on. We got some beautiful lavender grass and disgusting yellow water.
Pollution is running rampant in Saturn Valley. The Mr. Saturns do not know how to take care of their environment.
Oh, I was gonna think it would be Belch Base.
No, actually, you'd be surprised. Mr. Belch is quite the green thumb. He does take care of planet Earth.
Oh, he is definitely green.
If you look at the qualifier times between both these two runners here, they only averaged about a 3-minute difference in their qualifier times.
Wow.
Temple was faster by about 3 minutes on average.
That is quite.
Which in the grand scheme of things is not too far off.
Yeah, that's really tight. So that should be a pretty fun match. Of course, we should be expecting every match going forward to just be increasingly ridiculous. Obviously, we've been through quite a bit of this. It's seeded. Everyone who's gotten this far has won a bunch of matches.
Yeah, McGurk being 3-1. Temple stumbling, I believe, in his last matchup there against IQ. But who wouldn't stumble in that type of matchup?
Yeah, IQ is very scary.
Sure is.
Yeah, Temple's also a very, very good runner. It's kind of amazing just how many very, very good runners we have now.
Tempo's having a hard time with a despawn. McGurk choosing to kind of burn through some psychic points and pick up the butterfly.
Temple does get a nice stutter past that little pile, though, and it's Electrospectre who's burping here.
McGurk got a little careless in his stutter. Kind of ran in a little too strong.
Yeah, I wouldn't even tell if he was stuttering at all there. That was just like plow right in. That's how I do
Yeah,
it.
rely on the Gurklings in the chat can verify if Dad is known for his stealth.
And they're both through Belch Base, no problem. I imagine they're going to be going to... Actually, do they have any of the lower Eagle and teleports yet?
And they'll have Tucson access. Otherwise, that is it. Plus
Yeah.
a Scaraba teleport, which is not terribly helpful.
Yeah, you certainly hope it's not helpful, too. That means you have
Which
to go
to
to
this
Pyramid.
point is making you think they're going to have to either take care of the sharks or plow through the police.
I think it's got to be the police, because the sharks are a key item. I can't think of any way that they would pick up a... I guess sharks to hieroglyph copy to pyramid would get them a teleport. So it's that or police.
That sounds unpleasant.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Over, I'm getting the Mr. Saturn coin will likely make the cops far more tolerable. I mean,
Yeah.
they picked up a few levels here in early stages, having a handful of levels there just make a huge difference in the damage you can do in those early stage fights.
What was the mole mishap? Uh-oh. Looks like Temple may have forgotten that you can't just walk to Threed from here.
You might be taking on someone that's pretty beefy.
Yeah. Thankfully, I did add zombies here, so he won't lose too much time.
He's likely sitting there thinking, I'm so sneaky, I know the way to Threed and then Foresight and everywhere.
Yep. Well, at least he doesn't have to get through that entire dungeon to find this out. He should be teleporting. Temple, get your
Dirk
teleport.
getting through the first half of Frank. Temple making his way back up.
Deciding to head over to On It now. Meanwhile, Gurk has finished Belch.
Temple wasting a good minute and a half, 2 minutes there on that fruitless walk. I'm not sure why he didn't teleport when he was at the bottom of that map.
Yeah, teleporting earlier would have definitely made more sense, but he's probably just feeling flustered after making that mistake.
The pencil eraser hiding behind the arcade, which combined with the police badge, is clearly the way to go. So we're looking for, I guess, our next set of items will be Apple Kid and whoever the cabin kid might have.
They will have the Threed kid. Like, because they've done Belch Base, they just have everything down there once they beat the cops.
That's true there. Yeah, they can walk. That would have escaped me this scene.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of my favorite things in the logic is when you end up with these. Though it is pretty hard to pick back up the scaling after one of these.
Yeah, they have a lot of spots open. However, that does mean that odds are between Threed, the Desert, Foresight, Moonside, everything that's now available. Somewhere in there's going to be some good loot.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they have so many checks open after they finish the cops. Because with the pencil eraser as well, that's one in Happy Happy, one in Tucson, one in Threed, two in Foresight. Or if you want to count Foresight and Dusty Dunes separately, then it's just one everywhere.
Looked like Temple working way through the cops. They're a little bit challenging here still. They are certainly womping on the teddy bear. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting, teddy bear.
Stop resisting.
Mean
for
cops.
backup.
Yeah.
Gurk in a much stronger position with taking 1 HP damage there. So did Temple get the Mr. Saturn coin, or
I
is it
didn't-
just a little under level?
I didn't see him do it, but I might have just missed it.
He also has not done the arcade, I don't believe. So he does not know that the pencil eraser is in play.
Might be a while before coming back and checking that as well, because once you do this, if you do remember that you have 3 to access, like, that would be the first thing you do.
Temple running into a very possibly challenging wall fight. He does not have paralysis.
Yeah, he's Frank Stratzing this mole.
Gurk just taking 1 damage at a time.
Yeah, definitely that coin helps a lot.
That Casey bat is doing its job.
It looks like he's switched off of the Casey bat. They are just on T-ball bat though, so that explains why they're doing so little damage.
Okay. Oh, I see it there. Yep. The game McGurk just looking to be higher leveled at this point, so I think that extra natural offense plus T-ball bat is enough.
Yeah, and also just not having to worry about incoming damage, not having to stop and get those life ups. But Temple is ahead for the moment. Does have to head back and do those on it sharks, but
considering that, I would say Gurk is ahead in the sense that Gurk has access to 2 sanctuaries. It's going to take Temple a minute or 2 to do the arcade.
Oh yeah, I meant
seemingly required.
I meant ahead and literally on this road. Looks like McGurk just bought the wrong sandwich and is clearing inventory for the right sandwich, dropping a PSI caramel to make room.
Well, I think he's feeling confident with that 45 psychic points he's currently got, that he can just ride that, and there's nothing else to worry about.
Yeah.
All these repel sandwiches are going to be real nice, assuming he goes perhaps Peaceful Rest Valley. I'm not sure I would do that yet. I would probably get, again, a Reed character.
Oh, yeah.
I would probably just continue all the way through the desert and forest just to open up those teleports first as well.
Yeah, I would probably check Apple Kid here. Maybe even just turn in the money and then keep heading down. Assume I can come back here. Racer, that's hopefully not useful.
As we are running through this, I know all the current viewers have tuned in for my Earthbound facts.
Oh yeah,
I've chosen to not do Earthbound facts today.
What kind of facts are you going to give us today?
Instead, I have taken some what I've chosen to be 7 random Earthbound items and have created some haikus about them.
Oh my!
And the game is now guess the item based on the haiku.
Am I allowed to participate?
You absolutely can, and chat, feel free to play along. This is audience participation required. So if you're here, you're obligated to guess. Our first item. Fashionable treat. Please remove all the scales first. Fish and dairy?
I know what that is. I'm gonna
start with a somewhat obvious one so we could get the vibe of what the clues will be.
Looks like Rizakun's first in there. Oh, it could be.
Limitality makes what would likely be good Earthbound items.
Wait, which one is it? Is it the trout yogurt or the Kraken soup?
It was the trout yogurt, yes, but I don't believe the Kraken fin soup exists.
Yeah, it does.
Reference?
Kraken soup is in the expensive restaurant in Summers.
Oh, that's true. I'm not sure if the Kraken soup is a cream-based soup, hence the fish and dairy line would eliminate the Kraken fin soup.
All right, and there's Jeff, so that's another check open, plus whatever Jeff's item is.
Oh, that boogie tent.
Yep.
Is that boogie tent going to be just janky scaled?
I have no idea how that boogie tent's going to be scaled. Boogie tent does.
It's always my favorite thing when you that first attack on the tent and you do 1 HP and you think, I've made a horrible mistake.
Yep. Though the nice thing about the boogie tent one, at least, is if you just did it because you just picked up Jeff, then you also have that BBR. Having a bit of...
Yeah, depending, if it is a low HP enemy there, it is possible to ease your way through it.
I'm having a lot of stream difficulty from McGurk. So if you're one of the Gurklings in chat, please stop torrenting. Let McGurk have enough room to broadcast his match.
Sneaking away there. He's neglecting to use the repel sandwiches. There's some some pants pooping teleporting going on there.
Is that how you teleport? Get the little extra momentum
Uh,
boost.
Yep. You poop your pants a little bit every time you almost run into an enemy.
That makes sense.
We are now going for the lowest humor possible in this commentary.
I'm just gonna agree with whatever style. It's better than self-deprecation, I think. It looks like Temple's gonna have an easy time with this because it
Not
is
self-deprecation, self-defecation.
Yeah, I said it's better than self-deprecation.
Ah, I see.
Yes. So yeah, I was an Everdread there. Always easy to get through your Everdreads. It also doesn't look like it was that hard of scaling, though it is a little. Hard.
That was fortunate because Temple went into that fight not in the greatest of shape with the psychic points.
And he picked up a hieroglyph copy, which is not great. Meanwhile, Gurk picked up an item from the cabin, but his stream stuttered.
Franklin badge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I
Who
did not
was
see that.
hiding back there?
It was a poo back there. Interesting. So if it's
trap the poo in the cage.
Trap the poo in the cage. That helps you teleport.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
It's interesting to me that McGurk is doing the sanctuary here. I would definitely be picking up Carpenter if you went and did this.
Yeah, I am wondering if he's maybe afraid of the current scaling, knowing that the sanctuary is the safer bet of the two.
Well, sanctuary should be lower scaling than Carpenter, but that's a big should.
This would likely be the second in logic, I would hope, assuming Grapefruit Falls or the Milky Well being first.
It's a Frank. Everybody likes a Frank. It does mean that some of us are going to need to get different guesses for the Gygas assistant.
He is going to be brandishing some knives.
That is what he's known for. There, he just did it. Oh, the auto fight is on it. Oh yeah, okay.
Auto fight should be okay here.
Yeah, I would say it's beyond just being on it. It's Tucson.
Yeah, that's boy. That auto fight again with Frank dealing such big damage. He can kind of outrun the auto fight.
You can have you can slow your mash and speed it up to control your HP scale a little bit.
Yep. But when in auto fight mode, that can accidentally backfire on you.
Yeah, there's only so much slowing you can do in auto fight.
It's looking like Chad is also calling out the fact that we're no longer guessing the Googie assistant this scene.
Oh, you're right. That slot is still used. We just won't ever find out what it is.
You can guess all you want, and if things go horrifically wrong for Temple and McGurk, maybe we'll get to see it.
I don't know how to get to Googie without major glitches in one of these.
That's where Oxwas comes in.
Yeah, I just have to go get Oxwas to tell us how to stairs clip here. I have no idea whether it shows up in the spoiler. Alright, looks like McGurk is onto this Carpenter check.
If this is the key to the shack, that could prove massive in terms of unlocking a sanctuary that Temple just might not see.
Yeah, because Temple doesn't even have that pencil eraser yet. On the other hand, Temple is up a kid, so I think Temple's route is better.
You're saying Jeff has the key to the shack, so I take all of that back.
Well, you can just replace it with the signed banana. Morally similar.
This could be, if I were McGurk here, I might turn auto fight off.
Yeah, it's
because the legendary bad in side, so that's massive for Temple. He is no longer afraid of any fight at this point.
And a Gaia
This
beam.
should also tell him that
this is
he's not where he is supposed to be.
Yeah, this is a get out of here kind of place, but
and a Gaia beam when he has Jeff. So at this point, Temple is
rain pendant.
Bad news for Gurk and the Gurklings.
Yeah, so that rain pendant's not really going to come in handy as a freeze resistance because we're not going to Gygas and few other things use freeze, but it is it's just a lot of defense.
Monkey invite. This is indeed bad news for McGurk. Although he is getting Mr. Baseball bat, so that's not terrible. He really should have checked that before the Starman fight.
Yeah, probably. It's actually often a good place to check when you're in the area, because those items can end up a lot higher scaled than the rest. It looks like Temple is going for Carpenter anyway. I don't know about this. Maybe he just doesn't know how to bail?
Possibly, but it's also one where I think he's realizing that Carpenter is probably I mean, it can be a fairly easy fight. I don't know. I mean, his HP, I don't know what it scales at, but he's got the big bottle rocket.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to hurt.
Did he save after catching all those good items?
I believe he did.
Oh, that's
but he's got the legendary bat, and okay,
legendary bat.
He's done. I'm surprised he didn't try and gut that out just for the HP, for the levels.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get through that. That is really high scaled. Just in terms of amount of HP that guy's gonna have. And he does know the way out. That's good.
Or in Moonside, as we would say, that's bad.
That's the way in.
So, it seemed like this seems to be a great time for another item haiku.
Oh yeah, lay it on me.
Is it important? Someone in Tucson thinks so. Here, have some PP.
Well, I know what that is. Oh, Nest Rocker's got it.
Nest Rocker was quick. Everyone was on that one. That's everyone's favorite insignificant item.
I remember
the insignificant item.
When I first released this rando and a bunch of people were like streaming it for the first time, a lot of people were like, wait, do I have to turn in the insignificant item? I was like, no. Like, why do you all know about this?
No, it's not significant.
Yeah. There's some very funny guesses for where there would be key items. Like, the for sale sign, multiple people thought would be. It's like, geez.
So we're checking, and yeah, Tenderkraut. So the mine is going to be irrelevant as well, which might be sending Temple towards Happy.
Did you say mines was Tenderkraut?
Correct.
Correctikraut? Yeah, probably not useful. It is just one teleport to end up going down there, but I think at that point they'd be almost done.
With the legendary bat and the Gaia beam, I mean, there's no way Temple should worry about any enemy at this point. I would almost say it's auto fight through and through.
Oh yeah, very, very few enemies in the game can't be auto fought with end game items while you're still in the first half of the game.
And looks like, McGurk does have one sanctuary in hand. He does have key to the shack now, so he's got the access. It's at this point, I think he needs to take his slim lead and just hit sanctuaries now and hope he can hold off the charge at Temple. And he's got to make some pretty perfect routing decisions at this point.
Yeah, well, he can just go to Moonside and pick that up, and he won't lose too much time. As if he goes to Moonside, gets the exact same advantage. He's done like 2 checks without that advantage. Don't think it'll be a huge difference.
It's about the toy air gun. Is the stun gun better? Oh, it's not.
Geez,
okay.
Yeah.
But he did ignore the bionic slingshot, which is stronger. He's just, I think, choosing the accuracy over the power.
Yeah, that's common. It's kind of hard for me, at least, to remember which ones of the slingshots are, like, how far up into the scaling. And also, early Jeff items are just completely nonsense in terms of which one's stronger than what.
The pop gun is not terribly strong. You don't want to shoot little corks at people?
Yeah. But, like, I don't know, it's like stun gun, toy air gun. I guess the toy air gun is a real air gun. It's just a toy. So, I don't know.
Does it shoot air, or does it shoot projectiles powered by air?
I assume it's projectiles powered by air, because it's fairly high up on the early Jeff tiers.
No need to cry, Jeff. No tears. Wow.
Alright, so as they retrace each other's steps, how about another haiku?
Hey, that's what a convenient. I have one.
Huh.
Can't buy you a snack. This reminds you of a trip. What a lucky guy.
I think I know what that is.
There's a handful of possibilities. And again, like I said, I came up with these 15 minutes before the stream, so there's a good chance that they're slightly inaccurate.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one it is. I don't see any guesses in chat either. You may have stumped everyone.
Win with awful clues. Maybe chat just didn't hear me. Maybe I'll repeat it one more
Yeah,
time to
yeah,
give
yeah.
them a
Yeah,
chance.
let's get another try of that.
And buy you a snack. This reminds you of a trip. What a lucky guy.
Yeah, I think I know what that is.
I think the middle line is the key there. This reminds you of a trip.
Yeah, that's an uncommon item. Oh, I should put that
Is
in.
it?
It isn't Scramble. I
Ah,
should
in Scramble, yes.
I should put that into the I should put that into the
A lot of
junk
people go
items
with the,
list.
I guess, Caitlin with the magic cake.
Not
Meaning, I
man.
think she's taking trip to mean acid trip.
Yeah, Nestrock is riffing on that with an actual item that would remind you of the magic cake.
The intent there was the souvenir coin.
Oh, I thought it was.
Can't buy you a snack. You don't use the coin to pay for
Oh,
things. Reminds
yeah.
you of a trip, and then it boosts your luck by 5.
I was thinking picture postcard. That does make sense. Um, I should put the picture postcard in with the rest of the junk items, though.
You
Some.
really should. Looks like Rizu. I have one fan of my haiku there. Oh,
Hmm.
Ness Rocker. I never say anything about food.
Why aren't you saying anything
You
about
have to
food?
listen, Ness Rocker. It's okay. I forgive you.
Is a gin and tonic food?
If so, I'm being reminded of them frequently.
Hmm.
That may have impacted the quality of my
Ooh, I
clues.
really like that red cow that Temple just found.
Looks like it's not a blue cult outside of the temple there, or outside of the sanctuary. It is a red cult.
Interesting. It looks like it was a wad of builds in here. That is useless. And I didn't see what the teleport was.
I also missed it, but yeah, this is gonna make McGurk sad.
Yeah, it looks like he talked
Given
to that
though,
monkey and
I mean,
left,
we're
so I don't think he thought it was useful.
it may be a teleport he's already gotten, like Tucson. If that's the case, at this point we're maybe getting pigeonholed into doing Scaraba Pyramid.
Yeah, I think that's gotta be the way forward. Also, Rizakun, that is the most cursed thing I've ever heard. Please take that back.
You don't like mixing your citric acids and your lactic acids?
I just don't like tomatoes. Alright, there's Tendercruts for McGurk. Doesn't want any of those. Yeah, I think it's gotta be exactly what you said. I wonder when one of them is gonna realize it.
Now, if McGurk can dip into Moonside, maybe get a handful of items there, and like I said, just bail out.
Yeah,
We might be fairly even here, as because Tempo's got to go through moles there, and I'm not sure he has repel sandwiches. He may choose to do Monkey Invitation as well in lieu of going to the pyramid because that is just a shorter guarantee, and you might want to take those shorter guarantees first.
yeah, yeah, it could very easily just round up to being completely even if McGurk does this and picks up items and nopes out.
Yeah, he needs to maybe avoid that first fight in the bar because that might scare him away just altogether.
Yeah,
And he does like, I don't know if Temple took that first kind of obscure present check.
I don't think Temple's done any present checks. Like, he skipped the
Sorry,
ones...
in Moonside there with the.
Oh. Oh, you're right, he did not do that one.
You're hitting one. Run away,
Yeah,
Gurk. Run away, Gurk.
I don't know if he even did the one next to the hospital. It's a lot less obscure.
Oh, he got away. So if he can sneak his way. Oh no! Don't leave! Don't leave! Don't leave!
Oh, he left. All right, well, there is Advantage Temple.
Gurklings are screaming at their computers right now.
They are screaming bear.
Bear.
Bear!
Reeves, I'm talking about the one that you have to talk to the teleport man, and he teleports you kind of to the middle left
Oh, yeah.
section.
Marisa's correcting me because I said I didn't think that he did that one. Alright, and that is catching up on checks for Temple. I guess he still has the, whatchamacallit? Monkey Cave. And yeah, I would assume you would do Monkey Cave before you do the pyramid. Though they did pick up pyramid a while ago. Maybe realize it's kind of a stale check and you should clear it out. Uh-oh, somebody let a dragon into the chat. This is Apple Kid to tell us that Monotoli has the zombie paper. McGurk doesn't know what to do and is tuning a sanctuary to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do it eventually. Might as well do it now when you have no clue what the heck else to do.
And as I pointed out on a previous stream, this seems to be the sanctuary of choice for not knowing what you're doing.
Temple's going to buy some repel sandwiches, which is likely indicative of probably a pyramid run.
Yeah, though he could be picking those up. Like, he's making a bunch of inventory room. This looks like a prep for Monkey Cave as well? No, so far it's all... There's the picnic lunch. Okay, yes, this is a Monkey Cave prep, just fitting some repel sandwiches in as well.
Yeah, this will shake out real interesting here with Gurk trying to hold on to that lead. Getting a nice green swirl though for an easy escape.
Yeah, and in terms of checks completed, McGurk is up right now. It's just Temple has much better gear. Department store spook's lasting longer than department store spook normally does.
He's a very spooky spook.
Very department, very spook.
Which department store does he work at? Sears, JCPenney?
Forside?
Forside department store. Montgomery Ward.
Nestrucker has a very good question. What's your favorite Monkey Cave monkey?
You know, the hamburger one.
Which one?
The one that wants the hamburgers.
There's 3 of those.
You know, the first one.
Okay. I think I like the one who's like, I want a protein drink. Wait.
I was about to say, if I did have to choose an actual one, the protein drink one, where he just wants a performance-enhancing beverage.
I do enjoy a good performance-enhancing beverage.
Man, K-Man.
Man, K-Man. Kind of pompous, if you ask me. And McGurk's getting meme time. Stopping and spending some actual time on a meme. Very nice. Really cramming stuff in there.
I see this as
an absolute win. Well, that's good, McGurk. Let's see if you actually win.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the time he takes to type that out.
Yeah. Hopefully Temple also has a very long meme, so we don't have to worry about the like
a guilt trip that we can send them on.
Yeah. It looks like McGurk is still up an entire check, though.
He is.
Yeah. Though that check is a all-combat check, so that's going to help a lot for Temple.
Looks like McGurk is still thinking things out as well. And that was a really good photographer skip. I didn't realize you could bail so quick on going up the pond.
Oh yeah, you just walk up the side.
You could walk up the side a little bit, but I usually follow that pond all the way up.
Oh.
And McGurk was able to just barely move off it a little bit.
I wonder if he was actually like looking at the side. Wait, no, you can't actually. I was gonna say maybe he's looking at the size of it in Earthbound Project Editor, but it actually doesn't show you the size of that.
Temple, I don't know if Temple has exit mice, but that's a really good cave to use an exit mouse in.
That's an interesting maneuver.
McGurk making
Temple.
real fast work there. This is 3 sanctuaries. However,
oh wow,
again, we're looking at a trip through the pyramid.
Yeah, Temple's picking up that Magic Ant teleport, even though it's not terribly useful. Also found a funny way to glitch that monkey.
And McGurk again using an exit mouse there, just saving a little bit of time.
Saving a little
And
time.
it's looking like in a race like this where he's got a slight lead, any frame saved is going to be
Frame saved.
significant.
Frame saved is a frame earned.
That is the phrase. That's the original phrase.
Yeah.
They modified it to a penny saved back in the 1920s during the Great Depression.
Yeah, actually,
It is the truth. So listen.
yeah, actually, back during the 1920s, a frame was worth about 1 penny, so it makes a lot of sense.
Big McGurk is bringing all the money with him to the end of the pyramid. I'm expecting a a lost underworld teleport.
For the Canadians in the audience, a penny is worth about a feather, if you assume that a feather is 1/100th of a loon. Temple's actually shopping, and then hopefully realizing he doesn't need to shop ever again.
We have quite the sync up right here.
Yeah, once again, Temple visually ahead of McGurk, but behind by 2 sanctuaries. Gonna have to plow through this and those sanctuaries in not much time.
With a nice stutter, lots of stuttering, making the bukas think twice.
Buka, 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 buka.
As we enter the pyramid, this makes for a good time for another item haiku.
Alright, what you got?
Vegan through and through. Cheap street eat doesn't have meat. Found in Scaraba.
That had to be too many syllables.
It doesn't. That second line, I counted it out.
Wild.
It just really goes with the I won't say it's not alliteration. It's yeah, alliteration.
Well, I know what that is. That's gonna be a tricky one. Especially tricky for Chad.
Fooling them with my superior intellect and my horrific clues.
I do not think we've seen a Guardian Digger.
We have not. McGurk wishing he had some Repel sandwiches at this point. Musicun, I'm not sure about all the ingredients in the Molokai soup.
Oh, that's
look who's Fatayan comes in with a bean croquette.
Oh yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing as Rizakun.
Bean croquette is available at one of the vendors there in the market.
Yes, those two are available in the same vendor, in fact, and they're both vegan. Molokai soup is it's just a vegetable soup.
McGurk with a red screen. We have a Captain Strong. Honestly, as we're looking at this, I gotta like McGurk's chances still, despite being well under level, but under equipped.
Yeah.
Compared to Temple, he'll pick up a laser gun here.
Yeah.
Assuming he opens up the other one, and that's going to be massive.
This dungeon basically has to be where Temple gets all of the advantage from that better equipment. Like, however far ahead Temple is coming out of this dungeon is how long he has to clear 2 sanctuaries.
And given the fact that, I mean, all the fights are still relatively short, Temple's not having enemies run from him. He's still having to deal with the time loss.
The NPC enemies, which is many of the ones in here, will never run from you.
Yeah.
Did you know that bean croquette is actually a falafel?
Yeah, I thought about actually incorporating that into my clue, but in my little kind of research, I was reading the Wikipedia article about croquettes, and it didn't mention anything about falafel, so I thought I didn't include that to run the risk of maybe being wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, croquette is just nugget. It's like bean nugget. Well, what's a bean nugget? That's a falafel.
Yeah, deep fried bean nuggets.
Yeah, chickpea, bean, chick bean. I don't know. I'm commentating. I can't be right.
My experience with foreign foods is, minimal.
It looks like that was the Summer's teleport and the Tiny Ruby, which is a pretty trolly way to give them progression.
And given the fact that McGurk brought all his money with him, he'll be doing okay when he gets to that vendor. Right, quickly buy a death ray and then honestly just ride Jeff's offense all the way through.
Yeah, if he has enough money for an MBR, there's one boss left for him.
That's true. Maybe even just well, the death ray might encourage enemies to run as well because it has something to do with the attack
No,
of your party as well.
it's purely your levels.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's the auto win feature then.
Yes, that actually simulates a round of combat with like half the rules removed. And if you win in one round, then you get it.
Okay.
Or if you win before an enemy moves.
And McGurk, it's one of those where you sit there thinking, you gotta wonder how good a position each person is in. You'd assume Temple is thinking that he's in a really good shape right now, given that. So there's our fourth sanctuary.
Yeah, a
We
slow
have to
fourth
ride
set.
Tessie.
That's a nice way to cap off a seed. I'm wondering if
And he's just immediately leaving. He's probably taking care of some sanctuaries. Uh,
interesting going for this one first. You'll get a bit of a level slingshot. Might have more stuff running from you doing the other ones, but it will make it take
Dirk
longer
did
for us.
escape that last level of the pyramid without triggering a fight there. So he did, I would say, pick up ground, but I think Temple had at least one fight there.
Yeah, you just hold right.
Especially when if you have a two-character party. Yeah, just the multi-bottle rocket. That's smart. He's not going to worry about the death ray. This is exciting. There's going to be some definite intrigue here, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to say advantage Girk, where I'm surprised that just the 2 minutes that Temple spent in Moonside ended up kind of being what cost him.
Or Temple also had that dip down to the zombies in Grapefruit Falls.
That's true. He did spend a lot of time in No Man's Land.
Yeah. I think that's basically the size of their gap right now, but it's hard to tell because they're doing completely different checks.
Yeah, I mean, Girk's going right to Winters, and I mean, he's at this point in-game time probably trailing 60 seconds or so if he can avoid triggering some fights. You got to wonder if it's worth stopping at the desert just to buy 2 Repel sandwiches. Looks like he's choosing not to.
They have the pencil eraser, so you can skip most of these fights by either teleporting, doing the neat despawn trick, which Temple might be about to do, using the pencil eraser to get past a Brick Road dungeon.
Girk with a nice dodge here.
Yeah, let's see if Temple knows the despawn.
As he's moving down and Temple's riding Loch Ness Monster, this sounds like a good time for a
despawn first.
item haiku.
Oh, he does know the despawn. Okay, now go ahead.
Here we go. Here we go. This item changes without you even trying. What's that sound? Profit.
Yeah, that's easy. Correct, RFC.
RFC comes in real fast.
Yeah. The egg. So
Egg. Praise be to egg.
I think Temple actually might have enough time to do those extra 2 sanctuaries. I'm a little worried he might go check mouse and just eat a little bit of that time back. It's
I
gonna
don't
be
think he
real
will because he
close.
knows he has the Sanks open, and there's no possible thing he'll get that would speed his process. Maybe sign banana.
Aside Banana, Franklin Badge, also just not noticing he's in go mode.
He should have the Franklin badge already, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, he should have the Franklin Badge already.
Kirk has it. I don't think they did two separate checks at this point.
Did Temple ever do Lilliput?
Temple would have had, Temple didn't do the. He did the
yeah,
Carpenter fight because he got the Franklin badge from Cabin Poop.
Yeah, you're right. He did those. Let's see. He still has Giant Step and Awful Sank
Milky
left.
Well.
Yes, Awful Sank.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
see Aurelix is in the chat dropping egg emojis. I know this is awfully soon, but this is a good time for another item haiku because I wrote this one with Aurelix in mind.
Oh, good. Wait, this is kind of an interesting boss fight because he's been coasting on very powerful items, and now has something with a
Now we have the
power shield.
shield.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's get through
So as this
this.
is happening, here's our haiku for Ori. Over and over, poison for your enemy. Ori chooses it.
Ooh, this is actually looking like a pretty tough fight for Temple right here.
It is. McGurk is going to bring that multi-bottle rocket.
Looks like
Caitlin coming through with the correct response. Rizu there clarifying a little bit, but we'll give it to Caitlin. Purse, bag,
nice.
they're synonyms. This that Aurelius likes to choose the snake bag as he makes his way through Scarava.
Oh, and Temple gets through the fight. Yeah, I don't think he has enough time. McGurk is very much caught up here. Temple's got to be like, if he knew what was going on, he'd have to hope for McGurk getting a wipe here.
Yeah, the multi-bottle rocket. I mean, if Temple or McGurk is willing to have Jeff just absolutely eat mortal damage here, and again, depending on the role.
Oh, did he pick up an MBR?
Yeah, McGurk bought the multi-bottle rocket instead of the death ray.
Yeah, I think this is just McGurk wins then.
Which I just, given the state of affair 15 minutes ago when you watched Temple pick up the legendary bat and the Gaia beam.
Yeah, I thought that was
Can't
gonna
even
be
imagine how that happened. There's just slight routing differences. I mean, the lost Grapefruit Falls time. Entering the final fight, this is where I burned through one more item haiku.
All right. I think you're not gonna have time for it because we're gonna have our GGs very soon. So.
Oh, look at that. GG, it's done.
Yeah, GG. All right.
He's done it.
All right.
Well done,
Congratulations, McGurk. Go ahead and get it. Actually, let's see if we can pull him into chat and have him answer your haiku.
Absolutely. As the Gurklings recognize their dad is now 3-0 when I comment on his races.
Uh-oh. I assume that you're just feeding him hints all the way through.
That's true. Yes, I'm just giving him a live feed of events as we go.
I guess technically it's still not GG. Wait, sorry, I was just listening to Temples. I'm wrong. Hello, McGurk. Congratulations on the win.
Hey, thank you.
Watching, as I was lamenting early on, it looked like you were going to be in a whole lot of trouble given what Temple did.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the way, your routing was slightly better, and that proved to be a massive difference.
Well, that's
Temple
good.
Temple spent most of the run with a legendary bat and Gaia beam.
Holy cow, Magicant or what?
No, he
Moonside.
dipped Moonside. You bailed right away.
Oh, yeah,
when he
I
went
bailed right
Moonside,
away.
he continued on farther, and he went Moonside pretty early on when it became available.
Right.
So he went that way, got the legendary bat, the Gaia beam, and then he just offensively plowed through every fight. He spent a weird 1.5 to 2 minutes in Grapefruit Falls. Like he started walking down towards Threed, and then he didn't go into the sewers, and then he walked all the way back up to the Saturn Valley cave before he teleported out, which was a kind of an odd waste of time.
Sure.
So that was beneficial to you as well. But you both entered the Scraba Temple at about the same time. You just had one sanctuary to go. He had held off on doing Giant Step and Milky Well. So you had 2 sanks in hand. Once we got the pack of bubblegum kind of in the most circuitous route possible.
Yeah,
it
for
just
sure.
came down to you being fast enough. And that multi-bottle rocket purchase was great instead of the Death Ray. I thought you initially thought Death Ray. Tolmar pointed out how the multi-bottle rocket would have been the smarter play because you just need to kill one more thing.
Let
Right.
the man talk, Charles. How do you feel about the race, McGurk?
It was a struggle at first. I was a little confused as to where I was supposed to start, and then because I don't know when I first went into I did the sharks, and they were a little beefier than I would have liked. And then I thought when I went to Saturn Valley that I was only hitting for 1 initially. Maybe it was just single digits. I'm not sure. So I thought I was going to be doing Casey bet strats for a little bit there.
Heads up play, remembering to do the Casey Bass strats there still.
Yeah, that was big to get through that Electrospectre fight in one contact, or
Yeah.
one damage there.
And then I went to, going to Belch Base.
Right, and
It
that's
was
it
nice
for
to get some
Temple as
levels.
well. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it was nice to get some levels off the Fobbies and use the Butterfly Room to restock Psychic points. I did take a break to do Sanctuaries because I was confused as to what I was going to be doing, or basically lamenting that I was going to have to do Pyramid, hoping that I wouldn't.
Yeah, I was expecting. I thought that was what you were doing. I noticed that people who are thinking and using sanctuaries for it tend to start with Giant Step to do it. There's like everyone who's in that think mode is like, I'll do Giant Step.
Yeah, I did that. Actually, I was thinking that was going to be first, not remembering that I got Jar of Fly Honey right away. So it was I thought everything was going to run away from me and I'd be able to save sandwiches, but I had to end up using them.
All right. Well, Temple is declined to join us on chat, so Charles, you said you have one more haiku. Lay it on us.
I typed in the chat there. This saves race minutes, only in 3 locations. No breadcrumbs needed.
I know what that is.
Breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs, a reference to how this works in Mother 1.
It sounds like an exit mouse.
It sure does. You win.
You win. Congratulations.
You win the race. You
And
win the
the haiku.
haiku fest. It's everything's coming up McGurk right now.
Very nice.
Aurelix is in for a real tough time in this
Yeah.
next match because you just at this point you don't lose.
Yeah. And
Well, I better
speaking
make
of,
sure I do it when you're going to commentate again.
Yeah, I'm a little scared, so I think I'm going to hold off on commentating your next race just to eliminate a threat.
I see.
so speaking of the next race, we have a small announcement. Next week's flag set will be race defaults plus 50% attack shuffle.
Interesting.
I don't know what that means. Like enemy attack shuffle.
Enemy attack shuffle, 50%.
So things like shouldn't shred on skateboards could shred on skateboards.
Correct.
All right. I usually avoid that type of thing. It frightens and confuses me. So
You've
this will
got
be an interesting run.
You've got a half a week to go run some practice seeds and get used to it. So I will be sending out the scheduling threads tonight. We'll find out what everything is later, but it'll all be next week. So thank you everyone for watching. Tune in next week for the Winners Bracket Finals and the Danger Bracket Finals. And then just a couple more races after that. Thank you, Temple and McGurk, for racing with us. Thank you, Charles, for co-commentating with me, and thank you, chat, for tuning in.
No problem. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'm so very sorry.
All right, and McGurk, do you have any last words, or shall we cut it?
No, we're good. Thanks. Thanks for commentating. Thanks for hosting.
All right, cutting it.